Hey guys, good morning. Happy Thursday. It is January 9th, and you know what time it is. It's Thursday. It's time for a Three Moms update, y'all. Three Moms update. Let me start off with Jasmine real quick. I'm actually still in the middle of watching her latest video. And I had to stop it because I wanted to make sure that I kind of got everything I wanted to say, because I mean so much was happening. So the video starts off, she's saying, it's the new year, blessings on blessings on blessings on blessings, which that is awesome because of course, it's a new year. It's time to be optimistic. It's time to get our plans together, do those vision boards, figure out what we want, how we're going to get it, and do it, right? So she says she's got to be out of this apartment by the end of the month. And she's mad because her kids aren't dressed yet. And I'm thinking to myself, Jasmine, isn't that your job? Is that not your job? Okay. So if you're mad they're not dressed yet, you might want to stop vlogging and go ahead and get them dressed. So the video opens up. She's doing it's a montage of her in the kitchen making some yummy looking scrambled eggs, getting the kids breakfast ready, and there we go. So after that, it's probably about a 2-minute, almost like a 2-minute video of how to make scrambled eggs Jasmine style. And she starts talking about that they have to move. She needs a new place. But then she goes up into this whole thing about, well, if Phillip gets out, I'm going to be Gucci Uchi. And that she found out some things that she wants to share with everybody, some secrets. And that I guess we're talking about that other woman that had the babies with Phillip. That she said, well, I thought you were supposed to be Miss Davis, but apparently you're marrying someone else. Now, I just want to stop right there for a second. Maybe she was Mrs. Davis when Phillip was not in jail. But maybe she's smarter than you, Jasmine, because guess what? She's actually getting married to someone who wants to wife her up. And she's probably thinking this no good summer gun isn't around for his kids. This guy was pimping me, allegedly. This guy has someone else who has 4 kids, and I think I'm going to move on. So maybe this other woman, the former Mrs. Davis, who was all that, wised up in the past year and said, you know what? I'm not falling for the okie doke anymore. I'm going to go ahead and get my life, live my best life, and open up the door for a decent man, and did. And guess what? Now she's getting married, Jasmine. Why would you make fun of that? Shouldn't you have been doing that for the past? Isn't that what you said you was doing? But you're going to be Gucci Uchi, Uchi Coochie when Phillip gets out, if he gets out anytime soon or whenever he gets out. So clearly, you are hating on someone, Jasmine. So that's my point. You are hating on the girl that he cheated on you with because she has moved on. Number one, you should be happy because maybe that'll open the door for you to get your man back. Maybe. And or for him to, I don't know, probably move on with somebody else. I have no idea. But if that other woman, the side chick, or you, the side, I mean, I don't know who was the side chick. Sounds like you were both somewhat of a main chick. I don't really know. All I know is that if she's moving on, you should be happy because that's one less person in your relationship. But I would be concerned about the ones you don't know about. That's what I would be concerned about. And I don't know what makes you think that a man who is not your husband is going to be home. Because what you said when he went off to prison or jail, whatever the situation is, I think it's prison, was that he wasn't really home like that. He wasn't there for you. You kind of put it on a little bit, saying that he was there when he actually really wasn't. When you did that whole video of, I got to tell you guys the truth about my relationship with Phillip. So unless that was all not true, you said he really wasn't there like you put it on that he was, and that he really didn't treat you well. But now, because he has nowhere else to go but be in jail, and he's giving you some attention, even though it wasn't 8 months ago that he said, I like you, but I need for you to change. I need for you to lose weight. I need for you to do this. I need for you to do that. So, Jasmine, really? Jasmine, come on. Seriously? I'm just concerned. I mean, Jasmine, you should want better. You should really want better for yourself. So she's looking for a house. She says that she will take Amaya out of daycare and put her in, I guess, keep her home until school starts, because she should be starting school soon. So I guess next school year. So I guess with school, we're over the hump, right? School will be ending in May. The kids will be out for the summer. And with that, she'll probably wait till school gets back in session, so her 2 eldest are in school, and then she'll just have the 2 little ones. So I guess to be able to make the finances work, she'll have to make some allowances with maybe pulling Amaya out of daycare. And she's young. I mean, I don't know how old she is, 3 or whatever. There's nothing wrong with that. I mean, that's her decision as a mom to do that, whatever she wants. However, to think that her man, who has just gotten out of jail, who she was having problems with before, is going to jump right into being Mr. Mom, I don't know if that's the case. She said we'll be seeing him in the vlogs. Why would you want him in your vlogs? Why would you even want him in? Let him start his own channel. Why are you trying to jump right back into family vlogs when you said that what you were portraying was not even really the truth? You said that. So any of you guys who just started watching Jasmine, who think I'm hating, let me know, and I will link the video if it's even still posted. But there's plenty of people who are watching this today who can co-sign what I'm saying. Jasmine said this. She said that everything wasn't all that with Phillip. She said that she was making it seem like more than what it was, because she was ashamed of the way he had been treating her, especially with the fact of knowing how many children he has had on her, how many outside kids actually exist in their relationship, and then also sometimes saying she didn't even know how many kids he had. You should know, if your man had an outside kid, wouldn't you want to know that it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 versus, I don't know, so ignorance is bliss? Ignorance is not bliss. Ignorance is agony, okay? But all right, so she's looking for an apartment, and right when I turned off the video, she had just gone into the apartment, or the new house, excuse me, to go take a look at it. So I'm going to go jump back in, and I'm going to jump back in just a minute. Okay, I'm back. Y'all, okay, so she went to see the houses. As you know, if you saw the video, she liked the house more than she liked the duplex. The duplex actually looked nicer to me, but the house was really nice. I think she's right to choose the house if she chooses the house, because it had that front room, which would be perfect as an office. I would put some really pretty drapes up, and because it's got that pass-through area where you can see into the living room would be where the kids would play and toys and all that, because it's right there by the kitchen. And why have them further away towards the front door and you can't see them if you're back in the kitchen? I would have them in the middle. So whether I'm in the kitchen or I'm in the front room, I can always keep my eyes on what's going on, because I only have one, and one can be just as loud as 4. But I'd rather have a vantage point where I can see what my kid is doing, and also, also be somewhat interactive. So if I'm in my office, I can see. If I'm in the kitchen, I can see. If I peek out my bedroom, I can see. If they're all the way up by the front door, unless you got that front door locked, bolted, whatever, you could have a kid out the front door. You know what I'm saying? So, no ma'am, I wouldn't have them. I would personally wouldn't have. You do what you want to do, Jasmine. Both properties were super nice. I'm just kind of shocked how expensive it is to rent. I hadn't rented in years, guys. And when we moved, I looked into temporary housing because I just wasn't sure, when we sold our house, were we going to have a house initially. So I even looked just to see, just in case we needed to do something for 30 days. But that was on a kind of temporary non-lease situation. So thank goodness we didn't have to go that route. But I just, wanted to be prepared just in case. Because sometimes people do sell houses and you don't always have your deal go through at the same time, which actually did happen to us. It was 24 hours. So thank God it wasn't 30 days or anything that we had to wait days and weeks, but it was overnight for the sales to transact. It's a whole long story. But anyway, then she says she doesn't know now if Phillip is coming to stay. She has to do what's best for her kids. What I got from what she said was that she's thinking what's best for her kids would be potentially letting Phillip stay, because she said her kids don't even know their dad. Ava hasn't seen her dad since she was 2 months, Aiden 6 months. I don't think she brought both of the kids before he was transferred. That's basically what she said. Yeah, that's unfortunate, but that's what happens when you have a parent who makes different choices and choices that take you away from your kids. So that's unfortunate. Thank God they have a mom who is very hands-on and there for them. That is a miss on Phillip's side that he's going to have to deal with. But hopefully he'll do the right thing and be there for his kids. But he doesn't have to be there living under the same roof. But again, that's your boo. That's your bae. My opinion on that whole thing is, Jasmine, I wish you wanted better. I mean, what's good for your kids is a happy, healthy mom. And they can get to know their father in any situation. And you being with the kid's father or him living up under the same roof is not necessarily what's best for the kids, unless you two have a happy, healthy relationship that you can count on. If what you can count on is him being there for your kids and supporting and co-parenting, that's better than running you into the ground with cheating and lying and not being a loyal partner. But if that's what you're looking for, or that's what you're open to taking, since you feel that having him under the same roof is what's best for you, I mean, that's on you, Jasmine. I feel bad that unfortunately, you're almost 30 years old and you say you've been with him for 15, 16 years, which means you've been with him since you were like 14 years old. And, I don't know. It's kind of disappointing. I thought, based on everything you've said almost the past year, that you were looking for more, wanted to have more, have better, and all of those things. But it seems like you are thrilled to go ahead and take him back. You said something about sending his parole letter, which means that he's been in prison, because you don't get paroled from county jail. Yeah, so, good news, bad news. I guess it's kind of bittersweet. She says she's back and she's better. That's awesome. I feel like there was some good news in there, that she's moving. She's leveling up in terms of her living space. She's moving from the apartment potentially to a house or to a duplex, and that's awesome. More space for the kids, more space for her. She's thinking budget-wise, so she's thinking of costs and making the adjustments to make sure that she can afford her place, which is good news. I wish better for you in terms of your relationship. And I think that, again, Phillip could co-parent and you wouldn't have anything to worry about. So yeah, and that's a long 3 moms update for Jasmine. So this is going to be part 1 of the 3 moms update, guys. Stay tuned for part 2.